you so very much. They do a wonderful job on that. Yeah, they always like that. That's the first songs that we learned to play. And these kids have only been playing this instrument since September. I come only 30 minutes a week. So this is their 10th class. And I think they've done very well for being able to learn to play. This instrument is called a recorder. Recorders have been around since about the 16th century. They started out being played in restaurants and on street corners by buskers, people who just like to play for the fun of it. And recorders are still around, many of them in wooden form, but of course in order for us to purchase one for everybody, this whole program is open to all the fourth graders in the city of Fullerton. In order for us to purchase about 900 of these for the kids, it's necessary to get them out of plastic. So that's why but this is still a very nice instrument, and they have done very well in learning to play this. This program is sponsored by an organization called Friends of Jazz, and it's made up of just ordinary people who in 1999 said, you know, they're canceling music in schools and we can't have that, so we need to give these kids more opportunities to play and to learn how to play an instrument. So they started this organization. We have parties and they raise money, and they put on programs like this, and they also give scholarships at the college level, both to Cal State Fullerton and Fullerton College. And in the high schools, we help the bands and the choirs go to conferences and competitions and things like that. So we're always looking for new members. So if you think this is a worthwhile organization, there are some little pink sheets in the back. And so on your way out, please pick up one of these. You can find out more about it by going to their website. And it doesn't cost very much money to join. You can join for just $50. Of course, you can join for more than that too. And we always have a good time, and these programs are so worthwhile. And they all agree that if we don't start them in fourth grade, we're never going to be able to give them scholarships at the college level. So thank you all very much for being here, and we will get on with our program. So today for our concert, we're just going to show you the things that we have learned in these 10 weeks that we've been playing this instrument. And first of all, we learned that notes have two names. And the first name is a letter name. So we're going to show you all the notes that we learned to play. So let's play a low D. So those letter names tell us how many fingers we put down on the recorder. And then there is another name of the note which tells us how long we hold it. And of course that includes, we start out with the longest is a whole note, then we go to a half note, then a quarter note, then an eighth note. Then there's something called triplets, where in one beat we fit 3 instead of dividing it into 2. And then of course we learned 16th notes. So we're going to play those now. Okay, all on B. Start with a whole note. B. 1, 2, 3, 4. Half, note, quarter, double, blueberry, watermelon. Okay, good. So we put those together, how long we hold it, and the letter notes, letter names of the notes, and we make music. And we learned that music has 3 basic components. And the first one of those is called the melody. So we're going to play just the melody of the first song that we learned to play for you. You don't need to look at your books. Come on, that's the first one. and you learn to play. Start on B. 1, 2, here we go. B, A, G. Okay. So that's a melody, and then we learned that if you put another note with that, that makes up something called harmony. So some of us learned to play the harmony with that song. So, I'll press then melody, or if you learn the harmony, play the harmony. 1, 2, ready, play. And then, of course, the third part of music is called the rhythm, and that's how long or how short you hold the notes. That's what makes you tap your feet and things like that. So then we learned about major and minor. And of course that melody that we played for you is a pretty happy sounding melody, and that is written in a major key. But we learned that if we start on F with that song instead of starting on B, it comes out sounding totally different. Okay, saffron fun on page 15. 1, 2, so it's slow. And we call that song Sad Cross Buns. Okay, we learned a song that lots of kids sing, well, probably from the time they're about 2 or 3 years old. And for those children in the audience, it's about a guy who has a farm. And he's got a whole bunch of stuff, a whole bunch of animals and things like that on his farm. Now, for the most part, all the classes learn the same songs, but I always like to have each class learn a song that they can play just their own. So right now we're going to hear from each individual class. And first of all, Mrs. Kelly's class is going to play Ode to Joy. Where's Mrs. Kelly's class? Okay. By the way, did you know that the composer of that, Mr. Beethoven, was born this month? He was born on December 16th, yes, back in 1770. So this song's been around a long time, hasn't it? Okay, Mrs. Lowry's class is now going to play Amazing Grace. Where's Mrs. Lowry's class? Okay, there you are. Okay, Mrs. Song's class is going to play a seasonal favorite for you, Jolly Old St. Nicholas. Where's Mrs. Song's class? Okay. Okay, we're going to play a song that the kids really like to play. It's often heard at sports events and things like that. It's called Let's Go Band. Now, of course, there's varying degrees of musicality behind me on this stage. Some of these children have had private musical instruction. Some of them don't really know much about music, so they've had to go from scratch to learn all the notes and learn all the rhythm. And so I tell the kids if they want to learn a song on their own, by themselves or with some of their friends, if they would like to play a solo for this concert, I would be very open to that. That gives them a little something extra to work on. So we're going to hear some of those solos right now, and they are going to introduce themselves and play their songs for you.
My name is Christopher Park,
Justin Park,
and Logan Kim, and we're going to be playing Amazing Grace. My name is Kelsey Pagulia.
My name is Ashley Song.
And my name is Jessie Che, and we're going to play Jolly Old St. Nicholas.
Hello, my name is Daniel Lewis, and I'm going to play When the Saints Go Marching In.
My name is Kaida Wynn. And my name is Kayla Brown. We're going to be playing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Hi, my name is Avishi Bansal. My name is Mika Vicaldo. And my name is Janelle Kim. And we're going to be playing In the Mood.
My name is Andy Shin. And my name is John Park. We are going to play God Bless America.
Didn't they do a great job? And I don't know if any of you have seen the Fullerton Observer this month, but there is an article written by one of the students from Laguna Road School about this recorder program. So maybe you want to pick up a Fullerton Observer. These are kids from the Laguna Road School, and she was a student in the recorder program. So I think this little girl's going to go far, writing an article for a newspaper at 4th grade. since this program is sponsored by an organization called Friends of Jazz, we thought we should learn a little jazz. So we're going to play a Duke Ellington composed song called Sea Jam Blues. And we learned a little bit about jazz. One of the things we learned is that if you hear a marching band, the strong beats are on 1 and 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. But in jazz, the strong beats, the emphasis is on 2 and 4. So then we also learned that a big part of jazz is improvising, which is certainly a good skill to be able to have in your life. Be able to think outside the box, to not just be able to read notes that are on the page, but to be able to make it up as you go along. So all the students supposedly learn to improvise a little bit, but we have 8 very brave students who are going to do it in front of you. So here's our song, Sea Jam Blues. Okay, what are we going to do the first time through? Yes. Okay, on what beat? Okay, let the first beat go by. Hold the recorder with your left hand, snap with your right hand. Then we all play the melody the first time through. Well, let's play the melody 2 times. Then we have the soloist, and then we play the melody again. Okay, are we all ready? Snap on the first beat.
C. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
they do a good job improvising? Yes. Improvising soloists, please stand up. And take a bow. It's very difficult to do that in front of your classmates, let alone your classmates' parents. So I hand it to them for having the courage to do that. When we start doing that in the classroom, it's always so easy to giggle because, you know, when you're nervous, so we have to overcome the giggle part of it too. But I thought they did a great job. Okay, we're going to finish our concert today with a very seasonal favorite that the kids always like to play. And we will play it through twice. So the first time, please just listen to them play it. And the second time, please sing along. Remember this has got a 4-measure intro? Yeah. Watch for my directions. Thank you very much. I want to thank all of you for coming, and I want to thank the teachers so much for their help in getting the kids to learn all the songs, and just for giving me the time. I know they have so much that they have to get in during the day, that I thank you very much for the time that you allow me to come in and share my love of music and teach the kids to play these recorders. And we offer this in 4th grade because in 5th grade, I believe that they have the chance to join a band. And so we hope that this will give them an insight into, do they like to play an instrument? Maybe they don't, and that's a good thing to find out too. It's always a good thing to find out your strengths and what you really like to do. But if they like to play an instrument, we hope that you will take them down to the music store and look at some instruments, and hopefully they'll be able to join the band next year. Now, we have a videotape going on here, but if you want to do some separate photos, let me get this out of the way, and then you can take some pictures. If the kids can stay seated for a couple of minutes, and then you can take some pictures on your own. Okay, thank you all so much for being here.
And for the last 10 weeks, Mrs. Hart has been coming to all 3 classes and going from one class to the other class to the other class, and teaching all of our kids from beginning, when they had to learn every single note, to now when they can perform in front of an audience. So on behalf of the teachers and all of the 4th grade students, as well as this whole Sunset Lake community, we would like to thank Mrs. Hart for all she's doing.